Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another video from me. Today is the topic fruit and fruit fear, cause many people are somehow afraid when they hear the word fruit. But why? But why? Do you know how? Let me ask you a question. How much fruits are you eating daily? How much? And what association do you have when you hear the word fruit? Maybe fruit sugar, fructose, that you get fat, don't eat too much, and all kind of this fear. Maybe you are already having phobia, fruit phobia, but you can break free from that kind of fear. And before we start with this, we go by the scripture, because the scripture has plenty words called is showing us the fruit. And Psalms 1, we go by Psalms 1, and it says, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in the step of the Torah breakers, or stand in a way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the Torah of Adonai, and whose meditates on his law and day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaves do not wither. Whatever they do prosper. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For Adonai watches over the wicked of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction." Amen. Hallelujah. Selah. So, today I am also showing you the sponsor of that video. It is Medical Medium. Out of this I take much today of my insights. Medical Medium from Anthony William, and out of that I will read I also take my insights, cause I show you that your fear of fruits is linked in misinformation, in a lie, real bad lies. And this is a book, Medical Medium, Anthony William. So I read that chapter, fruit fear, cause fruit fear is something serious, cause many are afraid of eating apples or whatever, have fear of fruit sugar and fructose, and you should understand sugar. What is sugar? What is sugar? Sugar is first of all carbon. And what is carbon? What does carbon do? Carbon gives your brain food, cause the body needs glucose. The body needs glucose to work. The body cannot work without glucose, and such diets like low carb and low whatever, they are not working, cause the body cannot work without glucose. And the best way to feed your body is high carb, but real healthy high carb. And you should understand there's a difference between the sugar inside of candies, chocolate, whatever, refined sugar, whatever, but the complete healthy sugar in fruits, vegetables and such things, grain, whole brown rice is not toxic. It is the energy. It is the energy of the plants which are able to nourish and to feed you, to keep you living. And fruits are are complete, and that is also, for example, water. Water has the water inside of apple. An apple has 80% water. And most of us don't know that the water inside of fruits, vegetable, is the most complete and healthy water, because it comes directly from the cells, and it is nourishing our cells. It is detoxing. It is refreshing us. For example, they are even a saying, eat your water, and your water, like in watermelon, cucumbers, apples, such things. You have to understand that fruits are such boosters. They are full of vitamin C, all kind of vitamins. They are nourishing your cells. The cells get enough to bring forth energy. And first of all, this kind of nutrition called low carb is the most toxic thing, because when you don't eat carbs, the body takes the protein, the fat, and turns them in ketones, and the ketones, when they are too much, cause that you are poison yourself, cause too much ketones can cause that you get ammoniac in your body, and ammoniac is causing cell death for the cells. These extreme diets are not good. The other way would be high carb, but healthy high carb. That means fruits, vegetables, brown rice, whole grain, everything in its origin status, not refined, not something like that, because that thing is toxic. And I read some passages from that book, Medical Medium, chapter 20, fruit fear. Fruit fear. Everyone is unique. That is well established by now. I think we would all agree that each person is different, and each person's soul is it too. No one would argue that Hitler's soul was the same as the saints. And think about rocks. There's a sedimentary, metaphoric, and ignorance, and so many types within each clarification. There's a different story behind what went into forming each one. They look different, weather differently, and behave differently. You would be cautious, for example, climbing upon a rock, face a shale because of its tendency to splinter. You wouldn't want to lose your grip and fall to the ground. And let's look at water. Do all the bottled water companies think their offerings are the same? No. That's why high-end bottlers spend fortunes advertising their brand's singular benefits. And what if you compare a glass of drinking water to the water of the toilet bowl? Or to a bottle on the New Jersey Turnpike? Or to a freshly melted snow cap on pristine mountain? Or to the water in an aquarium or bathtub or swimming pool? They are all water. But are they the same? No chance. That's how it works with sugar. You can't lump together all the different types and say they are all bad. You can't say sugar is sugar. Yet that is what happened in our culture. In recent years, certain important facts came to light about how the processed sugar that's added to many foods, especially in the form of corn syrup, feeds obesity, various fungi, cancer, and a myriad of other diseases. Suddenly, a fire started in the collective high care companies all about sugar. Natural or conventional doctors alike declared all well innocent war on it. The innocent causally was fruit. Fruit were suddenly the enemies. Fruit has almost become a dirty word. So much that it is a little risky for me to write this chapter. That's Anthony William telling that. It sounds silly, but it is true, because when I reveal about the fruit in this page to come goes against current thinking. It goes against the continuous thinking of fruit free. Fruit is not the problem. There's a rapidly developing trend. Millions of people who are struggling with their health all over the country visit doctors, practitioners, nutritionists, or healers and hear right off the bat, eliminate fruit from your diet. Wow. Doctors who practice Eastern medicine will say fruit creates dampness in your body. Doctors who practice Western medicine will say fruit creates candida and cancer. Dietitians and nutritionists will say fruit cause diabetes, and physical trainers will say fruit will make you overweight or even more worse. That's because health professionals and medical communities associate fruit sugar with high fructose and corn syrup, processed cane sugar, sucrose, lactose, and other sweeteners and sugars. They are telling people that fruit is causing the problems with candida, mold, weight, cancer, diabetes, and all kind other issues. In truth, who eats that much fruit? In mainstream diets, it is becoming a novelty. While people may still have the one day banana or lunchbox apple, more often fruit is a second-handed something. The strawberries on strawberry shortcakes, for instance, or a few glazed blueberries swimming in the butter, cane sugar, and lot of blueberry pie. So are the millions of Americans who are sick with various illnesses, unwell because of Granny Smith? Really? Are millions of people with rotting teeth climbing into the dentist's chair for a root canal because of the clementine they ate at a holiday party? Really? The reality is that even the average person who concerned about sugar intake still consumes well over 100 pounds of refined sugar a year. Refined sugar is the most worst thing. The sugar in fruit is not to blame for illness. It is not the same as HFCS or the sugar cups at the dinner. Fruit is not making people sick. I am not saying that fructose that has been processed and separated from its fruit juice is an ideal source of fruit, but fruit in its whole form, full of water and fiber-rich pulp, is the real deal for your health. Fruit consumption in the US has substantially declined in recent years. In 2000, each American consumed an average of 287 pounds of fruit per year, while 2012 that had dropped that only 245 pounds a year, a nearly 15% decrease. That means those who are sick don't eat enough fruit. For the record, 245 pounds of fruit isn't a lot. Let's put this in a perspective. This is like eating only 5 cases of fruit in an entire year. Do not get a pound of fruit confused with a pound of sugar. A pound of sugar is a pound of sugar. A pound of fruit is a unique blend of life-creating, life-saving, life-sustaining phytonutrients and other phytochemicals that stop disease and promote long life. Fruit does not have that much sugar in it. Fruits are made out of living water, minerals, vitamins, protein, fat, other nutrients, pulp, fibers, antioxidants, pectin, and just a fraction of sugar. If we wanted to compare 100 pounds of refined sugar to the equivalent amount of sugar you would consume in fruit, we would look at thousands of pounds of fruit. Since 2012, the fruit-hating trend has been in full swing. We are headed toward a 40% decrease from that 200 figure in per capita fruit consumption. That's not supposed to be the trend. Before refined sugar production and trade became a major industry that turned products like table sugar and HFCS into dietary staples, we relied on a critical source of life. That source was fruit. Since humankind began, we depended on fruits in all its varieties for our survival. The tree of life was an ancient symbol of interconnection, fertility, and eternal life, precisely because of its legendary tree's fruit. Fruit is part of our essence, a basic element of who we are. We cannot survive without fruits on this planet. It outweighed the nutrition of any other fruit. Yet the current health movement toward low-carb diets has put fruit on an forbidden list, which is with the goal of making it extinct. Is this denial, ignorance, foolishness? Good question, huh? We're not talking about uneducated people who are driving the trend. We are talking about smart, highly intelligent professionals with advanced degrees in medicine and nutrition. If they are advertising patients to shun fruit, it must be because of their training, the misinformation out there, or their own selective interests. Have you heard of book burning? If the anti-sugar war keeps up its momentum, fruit trees will be the next to go up in flames. Fruit and fertility. It is critical that medical community starts this distinction between fruit sugars and all the rest. Otherwise, the war could be more dangerous than once realized. It could result in another innocent casualties, womankind, and the future of humankind. That's because without fruits, fruitfulness is at risk. Women are already up against enough fruitless issues, and while meaning doctors have no idea that when they tell women patients to shun fruits, they are contributing to women's struggles to conceive. A woman's reproductive system is like a flowering tree that requires the proper nutrition to bear fruit, and those nutrients came from, well, fruit. Fruitfulness or overall health depends on specifically on the fructose and glucose that occur naturally in fruit, as well as the phytochemicals bounded to those sugars. A woman's reproductive system also relies on the doses of anti-tumor, anti-cancer, antioxidants, and so many other components yet to be discovered by medical science, available only in fruit, as well as fruit's essential polyphenols, bioflavonoids, disease-stopping pectin, vitamins and minerals. These elements help to stop PCO syndromes and other diseases like that. Fruitful language. It is for good reason that the Bible mentions fruit over 300 times, because fruit is vital to the essence of who we are. Humankind exists because of the fruit we picked off trees since our species beginning. It is what has allowed us to thrive onto this planet. Fruit is the divine word of wisdom. For thousands of years we have found fruit in our language to express powerful truths to this day. We use phrases like fruits of our labor, or a tree is known by its fruit. We talk about fruit in terms of prosperity. In business we talk about fruitful collaborations and projects coming to fruition. Motivational gurus who teach about achieving financial freedom refer to fruit-bearing processes. We call children fruit of the womb and fruit of the loins. We warn against the dangers of the forbidden fruit and settle for the long-hanging fruit. All this fruit in our daily language shows that we connect on some level with fruit significance. When we only connect to fruit's meaning through, it's like extracting the sugar. It is like only the sweet buzz of a hit of processed fructose and none of the benefits of the fruit in his whole form. So true. For true mind, body, spirit, soul, heart, wisdom, we need to incorporate real, unadulterated fruit into our diets. Only then do we start to walk the talk of those farces we throw around. When fruit literally becomes part of who we are, our lives become that much more fruitful. Why avoid the food we were most meant to eat? Eating whole fruit can make us whole again. That means an entire apple, an entire whatever. Fruits are so plentiful outside. I go further with reading. Fruit's ancient roots. Humans have been cultivating fruits for thousands of years, all over the globe. In Asia, peaches and citrus had historical significance. In Russia, apples and pears were central. In England, it was berries and grapes. In the Middle East, figs, dates and mangoes held and still hold an important place. In the South America, bananas and avocados have always had a vital role in the health and culture. Going all the back to the Garden of Eden, fruit was a mainstay of the human diet. Once agriculture became and civilization and trade routes became established, it was once fortunate enough to have fruit delivered to them. Empires, kings, queens, dukes, earls, whatever, who lived the longest. With access to fruits all year long, diseases was not the problem for royalty that it was for the people of lower status. Peasants and other common people had lived of grains, porridge, scraps of dehydrated meats and some vegetables. They went much of the year without a single piece of fruit. As a result, they were plagued with natural disease. Scurvy, a disease that reached the page as a vitamin C deficiency, but is also deficiency in other critical nutrition found in fruit, as yet undiscovered by science, was rampant in the lower class. Many people also die of risk eating away for their muscles and bones. Simple infections were life-threatening to non-cancerous tumors. The drift of protein, fat and grain were responsible for a great many people suffering at this time in history, all because they didn't have access to enough fruit. Meanwhile, the 14 kings of the planet led longer and healthier lives because of the sacrifices those below them made to bring fruits from all over the world. They had ordered up oranges like we can call for pizza delivery, and lo, the oranges would appear. By the way, there's more sugar in pizza than you will ever find in a fruit. These rulers were constantly eating out of season, enjoying the best that other regions had to offer, and taking hundreds of critical life protecting nutrients. Yes, fruits are your friends, not your enemy. And then now that called lie, you should eat seasonal and regional food here. Seasonal eating and eating out of season, which lead me to another topic. The seasonal eating trend. It has its pluses. The popularity of seasonal eating has people visiting the farmers' markets for fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course, that is wonderful. There's nothing like enjoying the local bounty that each season brings. The downside is that out-of-season fruit transported from other parts of the country or globe, is getting a bad rap. Some people have started to walk past the grocery store offering of blackberries in winter or oranges in summer because they don't line up with the growing season where they live. That's a crime for their health. That is mentally robs people of disease-protecting nutrition, because they turn to other fillers in their diet instead. The truth is those fruits are in season in the place where they were grown. Full factor. If you took an autumn vacation from Michigan to southern Spain, wouldn't you eat the fresh mangoes there, even though they weren't available for the local vendors at home? Wouldn't you recognize that different parts of the world have different growing seasons and different varieties of products, and let yourself enjoy the delicacy? Just because you're not a vacation doesn't mean you're meant to ignore the fruits shipping in from out of town. It is how the ruling classes survived and thrived for thousands of years, and now their health secret is available to the masses. Some people are less concerned about being out of tune with the season than they are about the economical impact of transporting produce from other seasons. That is understandable. Now, if the population from shipping is what's stopping you from buying Ecuadorian bananas, then you will have to rethink about using a car, a washing machine, a computer, a cell phone, or cloud storage, visiting the salon, wearing almost all modern day clothes, ordering anything that delivered you to your door. The list goes on. You would be much better off cutting back in one of those areas and letting yourself buy pears from New Zealand or honeydew from Mexico. The benefits that fruit have for your health are worth it. That said, if you prefer to eliminate all modern practices from your life, live as though it were 1850. I am not here to stop you. Just know that limiting fruit in your diet will increase your chances of illness and shorten your expected lifespan. Truth about ripening. Another popular misconception about fruit is that it is nothing worth eating if it was picked early and unripe, so it can withstand shipping and last on the grocery store itself. Truth is, if a fruit were truly picked too early to have nutritional value, it would never ripen at all, and you would find it uneatable. Fruit trees and plants have a built-in database of information connected to the heavens. Once they lock enough hours in the season and the growing connection are right, the higher source delivers the signal and the fruits enter their ripen fast. At that point they can get picked at any time and still ripen and nourish your body. It is true that it doesn't work to pick some fruits such as berry, before they are ripped on the plant. With other fruits, though, such as mangoes, tomatoes, bananas, they just have to cross that specific growing threshold, to which farmers are often well educated. You see, fruits, when they get shipped to you, they are healthy. There's nothing like they are toxic and such thing. Hybridization. Don't get confused concept about hybridization or crossbreeding, not to be mistaken for genetic modification or the creation of GMOs. Crafting and hand pollination are safe techniques that humans have used for thousands of years to create new varieties of fruits. It is a healthy adaptation and evolution of the cultivation process. While it's true that heirloom fruits can be more nutritious, they don't shy away from their hybrid cousins. These fruits are still powerful to be used and to fight cancer and other diseases. That means though the new created forms like hybrid fruits, hybrid things are not toxic. The only thing you have to be aware of to step away from seedless stuff. Cause seedless stuff is the real man-made stuff, but hybrided things like two fruits are connected with each other with seed is not toxic. Making a fruit a habit. Fruit has properties that soothe your adrenal glands, strengthen your entire endocrine system, repair your vascular system, restore your liver, and revitalize your brain. There's no other fruit and no pill that enhance so many of your bodily functions as fruit. Fruit keeps your body going in ways that science hasn't even begun to fully understand. It is an absolute necessary to eat fruits. Fruit keeps you can't function as human being without glucose. The simple sugar into which your body breaks down foods. Glucose fuels your brain, your nervous system, and the cells throughout your body. If you're an athlete or a mom holding down multiple jobs between home and the office, then eating animal protein, nuts, and vegetables alone won't allow you to perform. You also need fruits with sugar in them, and the highest quality source of sugar is fruit. If you try to cut out all sugar from your diet, sooner or later your body will force you to cheat, because even muscle in your body function on glucose alone, and eat something that provides the sugar you need. The chances you will bring on something that's not a nutritional plus for you, such as pastries or pasta or chocolate bars. That is then where your body forces you to cheat, because it can't create the glucose. You will be much better off it if you make it a habit eating fruits every day. It will help curb sugar craving and make huge difference in your health. Fruit is best eaten by itself or paired with raw vegetables, especially leafy greens. That's because your stomach digests fruit and raw vegetable quickly and easily. In contrast, protein, fat, complex carbons, and cooked vegetables take a relative long time to digest. So if you add fruit to the mix, it will be stuck in your stomach waiting its turn. While this does not serious harm, it can create gas and other discomfort that might discourage you from eating fruit. And that would be terrible. So consider consuming fruits on its own with raw leafy greens or other vegetables and other types of food an hour or more after you have enjoyed your fruit. Then, fruit is anti-disease. Yeah, anti-disease, because it is fighting all kind of sicknesses. Almost all health professionals and medical practitioners advise their patients to avoid processed sugar because cancer can potentially feed on it. That's excellent advice. The trouble is, these health carrier professionals often also go to point to fruit as a source of harm too because of sugar it contains. Fruit does not feed cancer, it is anti-cancerous. Fruit fights cancer most effectively than any other food. Any cancer patient removing fruit from their diet is giving up her most powerful natural weapon against the disease. Vegetables combat cancer too, but only about a quarter as well. If doctors insist you remove all fruits from your diet, you would better quadruple your vegetable intake to compense. When doctors advise cancer patients against fruit, the irony is that cancer and other diseases feed on every food that is not a fruit or vegetable. Yeah. Cancer grows when you, or comes even in, when you don't eat vegetable and fruit. That is Genesis 1:29. Genesis 1:29 is the cure on all disease. In the 1960s, there's a trend among cocaine addicts to double one intake of vitamin C to protect the body from the damage done by the illegal stimulant. The more vitamin C they took, the more cocaine people thought they would ingest. But what I am getting at is the more chocolate cake, soda, animal protein, milk, cheese, fried, grassy, non-fruit and non-vegetable fruits you eat, the more you would better eat the fare with extra apples, berries, mangoes, papayas, grapes, melons, kiwis, oranges, vegetables and leafy greens and the like to protect yourself. If you keep eating foods other than fruits and vegetables, there's no guarantee that you will become disease resistant. However, corrupting an abundance of fruit in your diet will be a positive, proactive step toward countering cancer's effects. That's the truth. Cancer cannot feed off the sugar in fruit, which possess critical components such as polyphenols, including resveratrol and other antioxidants. These cancer killers cannot be separated from the sugar in fruits. They travel through together as a team. That means if you eat fruits, vegetables, you have a powerful weapon against those issues. The research that's been done on the link between sugar and cancer has been on saccharose and high fructose corn syrup. There and here we stop now. The rest you can put some further information also down below, cause you have to understand. I put also the podcast of Anthony William down below, and you should listen it for yourself. The cancer cannot. The studies have yet to be performed with an actual piece of fruit or with most of the food that truly do feed cancer. Yet the rumor mill is going strong, and fruit fear is in danger and stopping countless people from preventing cancers and other health issues. Cancer is already climbing at an alarming rate. With fruit consumption taking a nosedive, I hate to imagine where this is headed. Another blunder for which our children and our children's children will have to pay. Some things like the nation debts are out of our control. It is in our control now to make sure that the generations to come know how to stay healthy and don't fall into the trend traps. That means the fruit fear caused by the nations and by WHO and whatever, it is to cause us and to let us remain sick. Not only does fruit fight cancer, it kills all types of viruses, bacteria. Certain fruits such as bananas, wild berries, apples and papayas are the most powerful natural destroyers of viruses on Earth. Fruit is also vital to gut health, which is essential to a healthy immune system. For example, the pectin in apples and the skin, pulp and fiber in figs and dates are effectively at killing or clearing out anything that does not belong into your instinctive system, including fungi such candida, worms and other parasites. If you're worried that sugar in fruits feeds candida, turn to chapter 9. That is from the book. You will find out that first the sugar in fruits is digested by your stomach so rapidly that within minutes it travels straight into your bloodstream, meaning the sugar never ever reaches your instinctive tract to feed candida. And second, fruit kills candida. Candida seldom as a substantive problem at its own. It is often an indicator that something else in the body is amiss. Another misconception is that fruit sugar hinders the liver. That could not be more understood. The trend only goes to show that something is amiss with our medical system. The term fatty liver sounds like condition that comes from fruit sugar. No. The essential piece of fruit that most Americans eat is not why liver disease and disorders of the liver are rampant and go on a rise. As the name implies, the fatty livers come from consuming fat. Almost all liver diseases are protein and fat related because viruses thrive on protein and fat. It's just that so many fatty foods are also high in bad sugars. And it's not always the obvious food like cupcakes and ice cream, but also whole milk, which combines butter, fat and lactose, a hamburger in a bun, animal fat and carbo, and French fries precedes heated up oil with ketchup full of added sugar, and somewhere along the line healthy professionals come under the misimpression that fruit hurts the liver because it has natural sugar. The best way to get someone better from liver disease or hepatitis C, it is feed them soily, fruit and vegetable. It is the answer to the suffering. Speaking of the liver, hypoglycemia often starts because of dysfunctional liver that's lost its store of glucose due to a diet too high in fat and protein. Sugar isn't the bad guy here, especially sugar from apples, berries, oranges, melons, bananas, mangoes, papayas, kiwis and other sweet and delicious fruit. Fruit protects the liver by providing the organ with the glucose reserve it needs in order to function and stave off illness and stabilize blood sugar. Why I'm combining fruit? Who cares if healthcare professionals tell the proteins to avoid it? and the practice of eating fruit vanish altogether. We all have to care, and we all have to campaign it, because it is critical to everyone's health. It is imperative that women eat enough fruit so that they can avoid fatuous, cancers, tumors, viruses, PCOS and other illness. It's important to the future of our children, who currently get the message not to eat fruit. And I stop here now. Make fruits your friend. Make fruits your friend. Start eating so much fruits as much as you can. Go out and eat everything you can. Eat the rainbow. Eat the rainbow. He said, Adonai said, I have given you every single thing outside growing. Oh, fruits. Eat so much fruits as you can. And you will boost your health. You will boost your health so much more. If you're in the business of wanting your liver, kidneys and pancreas to break down, then go ahead and listen to practitioners' advice to eat a high protein, therefore a high fat diet, and shun fruit sugar. I don't side with any particular fruit program, diet or natural belief system. I am against animals. It is just that if that means also make fruits your friend. Make the fruit to the foundation of your use. That means eat so much as you can. Eat so much as you can. So much fruits. Eat every day. Everything you can have from outside. Eat the rainbow. Eat the rainbow. And you will have success to prolong your life. And I put the podcast from Anthony William down below, because that is a real important thing. And before we stop here, fruits should be your friend. And before we stop here, Galatians show us why people call fruits their enemies. Galatians 5 verse from verse 16. So I say, walk by the Ruach, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the flesh desires what is contrary to the Ruach, and the Ruach what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you're not to do whatever you want. But if you are led by the Ruach, you are not under the Torah of your flesh. The acts of the flesh are obviously sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry and witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissensions, factions, and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I want you, as I did before, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of Elohim. But the fruit of the Ruach is love, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against there is no Torah of which shows you if you are that you have broken it. Those who belong to Adonai Yeshua HaMashiach have crucified the flesh with its passionate desires. Since we live by the Ruach, let us keep in step with the Ruach. Yeah. We should understand that the world does not like healthy fruit. The world does not like fruits of the spirit, nor does the way how allow us to eat plenty fruits and make it to a devil. The fear of fruits is the same like the most believers are afraid of living out the fruits. by keeping the Torah, by keeping what he said. Before we stop, we read Psalm 16. Psalm 16. Jo. Obviously our network does not want today because it's raining outside. Psalms 16. It says, "Keep me safe, my Elohim, for in you I take refuge. I say to Adonai, you are my Adonai. Apart from you I have no good thing. I say of the holy people who are in the land, they are the noble ones in whom is all my delight. Those who run after other deities will suffer more and more. I will not pour out libation of blood to such deities, or take up their names on my lips. Adonai, you alone my portion and my cup. You make my lot secure. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance. I praise Adonai who counsels me. Even at night my heart instructs me. I keep my eyes always on Adonai. With him at my right hand I will not be shaken. Therefore my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest secure, because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead, nor will you let your faithful one see decay. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." Hallelujah, Amen. Selah. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Am Israel, I hope that video has helped you.